It's been a couple days now that EA Sports has announced and revealed that NHL 27 is coming to next-gen console PS5 and Xbox Series X S with a reveal trailer that, well, to say that it got people talking would be an understatement. But really what got people talking is a mode that isn't. Today we're going to talk about how EA Sports made it seem like GM Connected was coming back, but they did not bring it back. Yes, in this reveal trailer, we can talk about the presentation and the fact that they brought Dan Pang and John Butchergross into the commentary booth, and all the arenas feeling authentic and getting the rights to goal songs and the accurate goal horns and all of that. We could talk about that, but in reality, it's not really like a big selling point or like a major back of the box feature. So is it a bad thing? No. Is it a good thing? Like those things are cool, but it's not really a subject to talk about. It's really the big thing that needs to be talked about in this reveal trailer is how connected franchise really has been presented. Now, there's a big discourse between the two camps of, did EA misled people into thinking that connected franchise was the return of GM Connected? Or did the community assume that it was GM Connected and not understand that Connected Franchise was a completely different game mode? And that answer can be found in a span of a couple of seconds in the reveal trailer, which was used to announce Connected Franchise.
Online competitive experience has been one of the community's biggest requests for a long time. Connected Franchise is here.
So what it is that it says a shared online competitive experience has been one of the community's biggest requests for a long time. Connected Franchise is here. That is word per word what was said in the reveal trailer. Now, if you take that, and then you could make an argument that people assume that it was Connected Franchise. Well, it is Connected Franchise, that it was GM Connected, sorry. But at the same time, it's the way that it is presented has one of the community biggest requests. What is the community biggest request in the past decade or so? It was GM Connected. So it is not wrong for people to assume that Connected Franchise was that. And everything in the trailer made it believe that it would be that, and then more information came out. There is some screenshots that were taken directly from the trailer, the reveal trailer, that got people concerned. Because as you can see here, it says that when you create a league, only human users, only human controlled team will be able to be interacted with. So basically what it means is that if you really want the full experience, you need 32 other humans to be able to fully experience Connected Franchise. You don't, but to play it, you don't need to be 32. You could be, the minimum is set at 3, all the way up to 32. But if you really want to fully experience it at its fullest, you need 32 people. It sounds like it's not that big of a deal, but it kind of is in the sense that not everybody wants to coordinate 32 random people that they don't know, they have no link other than they play NHL together, and try to coordinate them to play their games and get everything in check and be sure that all the rules are followed and all of that to make it fair play and not so. If I were to be a group of 5 friends that wants to have a competition about our GM skills, well, unfortunately, we cannot really do that because we don't have the full access to all the capacity that a franchise mode would have offline. So it's, in reality, Connected Franchise is more so an upgraded online versus mode in the sense that it is organized. It's online versus but organized, and you also have the capacity to do roster move between the members of that league, of that online versus league in a sense. So that is really more how you can describe Connected Franchise, which is not what the community biggest request sounds like now, does it? So that's one of the reasons why people were frustrated and are still frustrated to this day, even though the trailer came out about a week ago. And the outrage is really explained in the fact that it was presented, Connected Franchise has been presented as the community biggest request, but it really isn't, because the biggest request was GM Connected, not what this is, not what Connected Franchise is. Then more news came out, especially from our favorite marketing director slash community manager, whatever his role is nowadays. Clappy, the Clapperton, made a tweet about clearing some misconception, because there was also surroundings and rumors that it would just be a one season and done, so your league would be done after one season, which isn't completely true, in the sense that after the first season is over, you can continue playing your league and all of that. But another problem with all of that is that there's no progressions. There's no player progressions, there's no aging, there's no retirement, and season stat does not carry over. So it's basically a redo after a redo after a redo after a redo. So when you're done a season, then well, let's redo with, but the roster stays the same. So if you did moves and trades, then your roster won't be resetted. That's pretty much what it says. But it's really just the continuation. It's just the replays of everything. So honestly, in Connected Franchise, other than having a cap restriction, what's the point? There would be no point into getting quote-unquote future stars or rookies that are low overall, because there's no progression. That's not how a franchise operates now, does it? And then we got EA's tweet opening up the feedback portal and telling us that it's not, that Connected Franchise is not a one and done feature for them. Here's my 2 cents on that. It's just that since Connected Franchise is not really what people expected or demanded, the chances that the crowd you wanted to reach is going to play that mode is very low. And if you want to, everything that is now based on data and numbers and whatnot for analysis purposes, if they're really gonna look at that and be like, is it worth spending our time and trying to expand the mode if the numbers are low, and spending money for the servers to host those saves and all of that? If the numbers are low, unfortunately, like everything else, they're probably gonna pull the plug on it, as they did before. The reason why GM Connected got discontinued in the first place is because of how slow the server were and all of that, and people stopped playing it, so they didn't bother keep working on the game mode that nobody was playing. But with today's technology and all of that, you would believe that servers would not be as slow. It wouldn't take you 5 years to simulate 1 day. You know, all the issues that GM Connected had. So this is really why, to explain a little bit why people outrage at the game, this is really it. It's because we've been told something and it really isn't. And the argument of, well, EA cannot control people's assumption of what they announce, at the same time then don't announce it as one of the community's biggest requests over the year, and that's your answer to it. To that request is Connected Franchise, when the request was GM Connected, because those two things are two completely separated mode. They are not the same. That's the issue. Community did not request Connected Franchise, they requested GM Connected. EA gave us Connected Franchise and not GM Connected. Those two modes are simply not the same. Now, the question is, if you take those two modes separately, is Connected Franchise really that bad of a mode? We'll touch on that on another discussion. We'll touch on that in a future video. But until then, I hope that this video can just put some light on everything that's going on and the fact that EA is once again trying to pull a fastball on us, and it's not really working. And yes, the argument of vote with your wallet and all of that is a thing. I understand that if you don't buy the game, then yes, then you're not obligated to buy the game, and if you don't buy it, then it's gonna show that metric will go down, and it's gonna show them that, oh well, we didn't do well towards our customer base and we need to rectify that and all of that. And I understand that, but at the same time, when you are the only hockey video game on the market, don't talk to me about pucks, or don't talk to me about FHM and all of that. It's not the same. It really isn't. When you're the only shop in town, it's kind of difficult to vote with your wallet. So hopefully videos like this and more are gonna happen, and you don't have to be screamy yelly guy to get a point across. It's really just a matter of articulating your frustration. So hopefully all of that is gonna finally put something into the brains of those devs to understand that you cannot deliver something that isn't and call it something that it isn't. You cannot deliver a Connected Franchise by calling it the answer of one of the community's biggest requests over the years, because it simply isn't. Connected Franchise is simply not GM Connected. Now, is Connected Franchise as a whole a very bad mode? While we can have this discussion in a future video, and it shows that Connected Franchise, for what it is, isn't as bad as everybody makes it seem like. But it's, if your argument is it's not GM Connected, then right, it is not GM Connected. So EA did not bring back GM Connected for NHL 27. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't be shy to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share the video, all of that. And I will catch you next time. See ya!